Two more members, what?
I can wait if you want to do public testimony, because I'll say.
No, we're ready to do you, so to speak. 1750, promoting water safety education.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the committee. For the record, Megan Tudor, committee staff. House Bill 1750, sponsored by Representative Berg, relates to establishing Yori's law to promote education around water safety and drowning prevention. This measure comes from the House by a vote of 96-0. To provide some background, drowning is the leading cause of death for children ages 1 to 4, and the second leading cause of death for children 5 to 14 years of age. There are multiple factors that increase the likelihood of drowning, including swimming capability, unsupervised access to bodies of water, and not wearing a life jacket during water activities. Rates of drowning fatality vary by sex and race and/or ethnicity, with male children and children from communities of color at significantly higher risk. A notable barrier to better water safety and knowledge is family income level, with nearly 80% of children from lower income families reporting limited or no swimming capabilities. Water competency is the ability to anticipate, avoid, and survive common drowning situations. There are three main components of water competency: water safety awareness, basic swim skills, and the ability to recognize and respond to a swimmer in trouble. The bill before you recognizes May 15th as Water Safety Day and requests that individuals working with children ages 18 and under provide training, educational materials, and other resources to children and their families around water safety, water rescue, and drowning prevention. These resources must include a list of locations caregivers can access swimming lessons for their children. A fiscal note is available. That concludes my presentation.
Any questions of staff? Okay. Welcome, Representative Berg.
Thank you so much.
This is your first time with us too, isn't it?
It is, and I am very thankful to be in front of your committee, Chair Hunt, and Vice Chair Valdez, and Senator Ranking Member Wilson, and of course members of the committee. Thank you very much for hearing this very important bill to me. I tell you, I got a call this summer from a mom, and when she called me to talk about water safety, I did not think I would be writing a bill at the end of that conversation. She talked to me about her son Yori. He was a vibrant 3-year-old who loved puzzles, he loved airplanes, and sadly he did die from drowning. You'll hear more from Yori's mom later and during public testimony, but this story broke my heart. It broke my heart as a mom, but what really broke my heart were the statistics around drowning. And as you heard in the staff briefing, and thank you staff for that briefing, drowning is the #1 cause of death for children ages 1 through 4. It's a preventable tragedy, and too many children are losing their lives because of drowning. 88% of drownings occur when there is at least one parent supervising. 45% of Hispanic children and 64% of Black children have limited ability to access swim lessons. These statistics in our state have to be lowered. We know that we live in a state that is surrounded by water, and I believe your committee has heard other bills around water safety. So this bill is simple. It is not a mandate, but it is basically designating May 15th as Water Safety Day. We chose that date because of its proximity to Memorial Day, and unfortunately Memorial Day, that weekend, kind of kicks off a terrible period on our calendar where drowning deaths go up exponentially, especially when it comes to children. So we will be encouraging, not mandating, but encouraging folks who deal with young people, our teachers, our daycare providers, our camp care people, anyone who's dealing with children, to really provide educational and training materials around water safety and drowning prevention. So there's so much more I could say about this preventable tragedy, and I'm going to let the folks who are going to publicly testify tell you more. But I do ask you to support this bill, move this bill, and help me just save more lives through awareness and through training. So with that, I'm open for questions.
Any questions? Senator Wilson.
Representative Berg, thank you for bringing this forward, and you explained it very well, and I don't want to undermine the seriousness of the bill, because there's no way that I could not support this bill in any way, shape, or form. But for the record, could you please identify yourself as the TVW screen name?
Thank you, Senator Wilson, for that question, and I did anticipate that. I feel like a door was open. I am Sundial, for the record. I am Sundial.
Serious question from Senator Cooter.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Representative Berg, it's really good to see you. I have to say, I really do appreciate this bill. I was a water safety instructor, taught swimming lessons, made sure both of my kids knew how to swim. I consider it a life skill, and we don't do enough of it. And the point that you made about Hispanic children and Black children not having access to swimming lessons, I think is really, really important, and it's something I think we need to work on and fix. I think we need to expand access to our community pools and build more community pools, quite frankly.
Yes.
Because it does save a life. I saved a life one time as a lifeguard, and I can tell you that it is probably one of the most important things we can learn to do, especially living in a state like Washington, as you point out, surrounded by water. So I want to thank you for this and ask if you would partner with me to expand access to the community pools for our students. I think it's something we should actually have in the schools in K through 12.
Absolutely, Senator. Thank you for that question and comment. And I have reached out to OSPI to ask about water safety materials, and unfortunately, there really aren't any. So I would love to partner with you to make that happen, and even to designate, just that time right before summer to say, you got to spend time talking about water safety before we let our kiddos out into what we know, our pools, our lakes, our rivers, and of course, our beautiful Puget Sound. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I believe my code name was the chairman.
I believe you're correct, Senator.
I don't think you were in the video, but thank you. Mr. Vice Chair, we're going to go ahead and finish this hearing. And
yes, I'd like to call up Chezik Tsunoda, to be followed by online Anthony Gomez and Kyle Kamen.
thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I truly appreciate it. My name is Chezik Tsunoda, and I just appreciate your time and having us here. I'm a filmmaker, a founder of a nonprofit organization called No More Under, and a mother of 4 boys, which is my most important job and the reason why I'm here. Sorry. My son Yori was 3 years old when he drowned in a backyard pool almost 5 years ago. Yeah, is that better? So Yori was 3 when he drowned in a backyard pool, and it's been almost 5 years. We'll be gathering tomorrow with family to celebrate his birthday. He would have been 8. This is the reason that I've chosen to do this work, is that no one should have to blow out candles of their child that's not here, especially from a completely preventable way of dying. Thank you. I have chosen to do this work as my passion again, so that no one else has to experience it. We work with underserved communities to give and provide free swim lessons, education to children and caregivers. Ultimately, the statistics around those communities are grim, and we have every ability to change those statistics. As Representative Berg said, we are surrounded by water, and I truly believe that this bill is a step that can get us closer to being water safe. And It's one of those things that we're not waiting. There's so many things we're waiting on doctors, we're waiting on research. This is something that we really just need people to care about. And I believe that those people start with you right here, right now, that can do something to make a difference. While this bill carries my son's name, it is Yori's law. It's for every person that has drowned in the past, and for every person that we can prevent from drowning in the future. I do know that this work saves lives, and I just appreciate your support, and I very much appreciate understanding that we can make a difference. So thank you. I'm a little extra emotional, perhaps because it is his birthday tomorrow. I wanted to do such a good job here, and I just hope that my message has come across clearly.
You did a wonderful job.
Thank
you.
I'm open for questions. I can be a little better if you ask me like specific questions.
I have one specific question. Do you have a few minutes to stick around after the hearing?
I do.
We're going to vote to suspend the rules and move this bill out while you're here.
Thank you.
So, do you have a question, Senator Wilson? No, okay. Okay.
Thank you again.
We have two people online, I believe.
Yes, we do. Tony Gomez and Kyle Kamen.
Morning. Mr. Chair, members of the committee, I am Tony Gomez, a constituent of the 37th District representing myself. I'm speaking in support of House Bill 1750, promoting water safety education, creating a water safety drowning prevention awareness day, and more. I have researched and published on water safety for over 40 years. I'm a clinical instructor at the University of Washington in the School of Public Health. As a public health and safety professional, I've worked on drowning prevention as a lifeguard, swim instructor, facilities manager, and on the public side, writing water safety rules and regulation and investigating tragedies and close calls. I've worked with national and international committees and work groups, and then having started with numerous partners, the Seattle-King County Drowning Prevention Coalition, and with other leaders around the state, our statewide drowning prevention network, I see this bill as one of the more important efforts in many years towards the goal of no more under. And for many of us, no more under ever. May 15th is a perfect day to bring attention to water safety for all the reasons we have with boating, fishing, open water swimming, beaches and pools, and all the water recreation getting underway in our most beautiful and diverse water-oriented state. It will also remind us all of the lifelong profoundness of the loss of Yori and all those that have been lost to drowning deaths and drowning survivors that have suffered devastating brain and other injury. I continue to be inspired by Chezik, the Tsunoda family, and also challenged by a comment from a sister of a drowning survivor who noted, everyone has a story. Unanimous passage of the House in the House is evidence of the importance of this bill. Thank you for consideration.
Thank you for joining us today. Appreciate it, Tony.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Senator Valdez next. Oh, he's ready. Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Kyle Kamen, and I work for the YMCA of Greater Seattle. My role is the program exec for aquatics. I'm testifying on behalf of our CEO, Yori. I'm here to testify in support of House Bill 1750. As part of the YMCA strategic plan, our goal is to reduce and eliminate drowning in King County because we understand the vast disparities and inequities related to water safety and drowning prevention education. We do this by partnering with community organizations and providing free swim lessons and water safety education to those who are traditionally underserved. According to the CDC, drowning death rates for American Indian and Alaskan Native people ages 29 and younger are 2 times higher than the rates for white people, with higher disparities among those ages 25 to 29. Drowning death rates for Black people are 1.5 times higher than the rates for white people. Disparities are highest among Black children ages 5 to 9 and ages 10 to 14. In swimming pools, Black children ages 10 to 14 years drown at rates of 7.6 times higher than white children. Black children and youth are more likely to drown in public pools, and white children and youth are more likely to drown in residential pools. In natural water, American Indian and Alaska Native people have the highest drowning rates, with rates 2.7 higher than white people. According to USA Swimming Foundation, if a parent does not know how to swim, there is only a 13% chance their children will learn how to swim. At the Y, we want to save lives. We believe that all kids should have the opportunity to learn how to swim and be safe around the water. Statistics show that formal swimming lessons have reduced the risk of drowning by 88% among children ages 1 to 4. It's important to bring more awareness, swim skill development, and recognition to prevent more drowning related incidents. For that, we're in support of Bill 1750. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for those statistics. That's very interesting. And Senator Valdez.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. That's the last of our testifiers. So for the record, 9 signing in favor, 9 signing in favor, 0 against, 0 other.
Thank you very much. And with that, I am going to entertain a motion that we, well, first of all, that concludes the hearing on House Bill 1750. And without objection, we will move into executive session. Hearing no objections, we are now in executive session. And Senator Valdez.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move that House Bill 1750 receive a due pass recommendation to be sent to the Rules Committee.
It's been moved that House Bill 1750 receive a due pass recommendation and be sent to the Rules Committee. Is there discussion? Thank you. You moved us all.
I just want to thank you for this unprecedented step for this important bill. Thank you.
Thank you. And with that, all those in favor signify by saying aye. 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 Opposed? The motion is out to the Rules Committee, subject to signatures. Thank you so much. Thank you.